All right, Big Man. Today is Monday. It's February 22nd. Welcome to the Dog Walk, presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Monday. Returning guest PFT is on Zoom. PFT, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. It's nice of Eddie to show up. It's just sad. You know, I know that you guys were talking about, you know, what a great commissioner Eddie is. That's all that you guys ever talk about. Like, you give him his due. You're very good. I don't know, what do you call it? You're not employees of a commissioner. You're subjects of His Highness. And
I feel
you're
like
always
a dissident.
very nice to him. Yeah, well, it's not. You guys always treat him with such respect, and then it's just sad to see that he doesn't reciprocate, and he shows up late to his own meetings.
Yep.
But Eddie, I still love you. Just maybe something to work on in the future.
PFT, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was late today. I apologize.
30 minutes.
Yeah, my car got stuck in the snow. Wing. I do have a broken ankle, Dave. This is,
You had the gall to say that you were disabled.
Well,
yeah.
Tread lightly. Technically, I am right now.
He was on the phone with the city as he walked in, about to sue them for not abiding by Americans with Disabilities Act.
Do you think you could get a temporary fucking parking?
I mean, I'm fucking cutting the line for the roller coaster at Great America right now. How about that?
That's Eddie. That's actually a great life hack. Is if you have a sprained ankle and you actually can't walk. If you go to an amusement park, they give you a wheelchair and they have to let you to the front of every single line. One time my brother had like a broken, I think it was like a metatarsal or something in his foot. And I got to go to the front of every single line at Universal Studios. It was the best day of my life.
See, I'm getting on fucking Splash Mountain right away. So yes, it is that, Chief.
You going to go on the log flume?
You think it's responsible for you to travel right now, Ed Cruz?
I don't appreciate that. Listen, I know the reviews of my commissioning abilities are 99% positive across the board. That's what I see on Twitter every week. So a little mishap. I apologize. I think it's
that's the
okay.
level of the vote that Saddam Hussein used to get too. He used to get 99% of the vote.
Well, yeah. Well, I can't. You can't help numbers.
Yeah.
Can't help numbers. So
He's
yeah,
a good politician. What can he say?
Yes.
Want him to apologize for that?
Yeah, I mean, my car is literally just sitting in my alley right now. It's like a ghost car. You know what I mean? You pass those on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I had to use my roommate's car, so it was a dire situation.
So no one else can get out of the alley now.
I'm at the dead end, so really only one guy who's like.
Sounds like you didn't even try to get it out.
I tried. I was shoveling.
Better or worse than the time you and I got stuck in Central Illinois?
That's a good question. That was really funny. Worse, because it made me late, and I had shit to do. So regardless, we got to get to the draft. Congratulations to Rhea. She won last week. No acceptance speech. She juiced the polls, PFT. I guess, is that allowed anymore? No?
She did it, then I did it.
I know. So is that officially not allowed?
I think we have to officially say it's... Because here's where I get thrown off is I don't think you can do it. Fine. I don't think you can do it.
Okay. Anybody else think you could do it?
Well,
how do you juice the polls?
So it's anonymous now, PFT, and there's just numbers like pick 1 through 5. She just said for no particular reason, if all my chicks in the office people want to vote for 5, I wouldn't be mad.
Oh, okay. Got it.
She had the voter turnout.
The secret ballot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When she did that, I was gaining traction. I think I was like 3 points off of her, and then as soon as she did that, she had
blown out of the water.
So I think
it wasn't illegal at the time, so no one could be mad. But it was it was an unwritten rule.
You could. I think maybe the right thing to do would be to throw out her tally, and then just whoever finished second should really get the win for last week.
Did you come in second again?
I did. I mean, I would have said that regardless of who came in second, but I did happen to come in second.
Because you're a man of principle?
Correct. Yes.
Can we talk about how I got bent over handrail and violated in my asshole?
Jesus.
Because that's what happened.
If you want to, Dave.
Yeah, I got completely fucked over by Danny, our social media little twink.
That's not my fault.
What's the difference?
Yeah, he corrected me. He's a twunk, I guess. I've never heard that one, but he's a twunk.
He says it's
by his
more
account,
muscular.
and he tweeted like who should win the draft without making it anonymous, and it completely fucked me. I thought I had the best, and this isn't like me there's no bias in account here. I had the best draft without question. Carl's draft sucked. He drafted a guy that was a game show host, and he was on the poll. It was ridiculous, but it's a new week, and I'm ready to dominate this one.
Dave, I got a quick question. Have you ever had a draft and been like, yeah, I have to admit, hand up, my draft stunk.
Yeah, a few times. I've said that to Ed. I've walked in here and been like, "Oh man, I'm not going to be good at this one." A handful of times I have. Have I not, Ed?
Beforehand, I don't know if afterwards.
Well, I think
Maybe
we
a
said
couple
last
times.
week too. There's like 3 qualified reality TV experts between Ed, Chief, and Rhea.
I watched a lot of the shows that were drafted. I would say I'm pretty qualified. I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I watched American Idol, like probably half the seasons. I watched many seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
I thought you should have been on, but
I agree.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna? I don't know what to say. The people voted against you. The people did this to you.
There's almost twice
because
as many votes in our last draft than there had been in the last 3 drafts.
There you go.
So there were over 20,000
People,
votes. So.
the Barada people. Voted you out.
Don't even get me started on those assholes.
Okay, so today's draft is going to be an Adam Sandler draft. It was he did the video, he did the Happy Gilmore, fucking Drive. 25 years since the movie came out, so figured it was appropriate. Everyone here is a big Sandler guy to a degree, right?
Everybody
or no?
has to be if you grew up in the 90s, I feel like.
PFT said big enough.
Yeah, I mean, I was a huge Sandler fan back in the 90s. I stopped following some of his work in the 2000s, I have to admit. Never saw Grown Ups. I haven't seen a lot of the recent ones, actually. But, of course, like everything that he did from 1990 until probably like 2003, I saw all those, was like a first weekend movie goer whenever he had a new movie come out. So always going to be a big fan of his.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like you said it well, Dave.
I think a lot of his
you know
movies
what? I'll be the guy that says, great actor, even better person. In the 20 minutes that I got to know him, he actually seems like the nicest human being on the planet Earth.
There's a lot of stories out there that says he's a genuinely awesome dude.
Where are we with Boner Dogs?
Boner Dogs is
it greenlit?
I can't say anything. I'm actually bound by an NDA. Just keep your ear on the ground. There might be some Boner Dogs music coming out.
Boner Dogs, yeah. So I'm excited for it. I love Adam Sandler. These movies when we were kids were classics. So here's the subcategories. It's obviously going to be a Sandler character. Then there's going to be a Sandler love interest. The third one is going to be a Sandler side character, so someone from that does not Adam Sandler per se, but someone else who's in a movie that you really like. The fourth will be a villain, a foil, whatever. And then the fifth, this is a new kind of thing here. We went with a prop or something like an item or something in a movie. Yeah. Why are you shaking your head?
Because there's some really good fucking props.
I think so,
and it's
too.
an open category. It's almost like it's kind of miscellaneous-y because it's very, you're just picking objects from the movie.
Yeah, I changed it from moment at the last minute because I don't like someone getting like the character and then someone just taking a great moment from that character and then it kind of like torpedoes shit.
Yep.
Well, I don't like moment because the time when he gets saved at the end of Billy Madison's the best moment in any Adam Sandler movie ever. So that's such a clear-cut number one moment.
Yeah, and if someone is Billy, like it takes that away. So we will be doing prop. First time ever. We'll see how it goes. Before we get into it, though, we do want to talk about a new sponsor. This is going to be across Barstool Chicago. It's going to be a Red Line 2, Trifecta Nutrition, a meal prep service, Dave.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like you always want to do one of these, but you never know like what company to go with. You know what I mean?
Now you know.
Now you know. Trifecta Nutrition is the best meal prep on earth. All our meals are created by chefs and nutritionists to help people get in the best shape of their lives. The meal prep, makes it not suck. You don't want to cook it all, cut it all yourself. So their meals are backed by nutrition science and they taste great, making it simple to get in the best shape of your life. Trifecta makes eating health not suck. You don't have to suffer. It's convenient. You can stick to your goals. It's science-backed nutrition. The food quality is a priority. It's fresher food, the farm-to-fork supply chain. It's never frozen, organic produce, gluten-free, meal that's animal welfare level 5, which is the highest possible. And, yeah, just fully cooked food. They got vegan options, paleo, keto, and more. So all you got to do here to shop meal plans and get 40% off. It's a big number.
That's a huge number.
That's a great deal.
That's incredible.
40% off meal prep with the code DOGWALK. Go to trifectanutrition.com/dogwalk for this exclusive offer. My roommate and I, we tried the curry chicken. It was very good. So go get Trifecta Nutrition. Okay. here's the order. The draft order will be Carl's number 1, Chiefs 2, White Sox Dave's 3, I'm 4, PFT is 5. All right, Carl, you're up first. Let's do it.
With the first over selection, I'm taking a character. I'm taking Billy Madison. So I think that was just he's the best. I just remember being 7 years old, and you're playing at the pool, and someone's like, "Have you heard about this movie?" And it was like word of mouth thing. I was in the Hurley's backyard with my brothers, and it was like, "Have you heard about this?" And then, yeah, we just rented it. They just got it from Blockbuster. We're gonna watch it after dinner tonight. And I just remember peeing my pants, and it's been a movie you pee your pants with like your whole fucking life. Even though I just subliminally said that pee your pants thing.
Yeah, there you go.
So
it's true.
Like I didn't even. Never mind.
I mean, you could root for Billy's easy to root for.
Yeah, because it's like at some level it's relatable. Like everybody's a fucking knucklehead. He's the king of the knuckleheads, guy who didn't want to grow up, a Peter Pan, and then he gets the hot girl, goes all the way through, like gets to relive his childhood, which is kind of a fun thing to think about doing anyways. And yeah, so it was a great character.
Chief, do you think you could pass first grade through 8th grade right now if you tried?
First grade through 8th grade, yes. You get into doing like physics and calculus and things like that. I'm flunking out.
There's no chance.
Yeah.
Math, once you get to 6th grade, I don't remember anything past that point about math. Like if you put an algebra textbook in front of me, if you
That's
put
true.
like
Algebra
a
is
trig
fucking hard.
textbook, like it's actually crazy to think that we make 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds learn these advanced math concepts that I still can't even wrap my brains around. And
but you used to be able to.
11-year-old to be able to figure.
Yeah, but you get dumber as you
Maybe
get
I
older.
did. I don't know. That's true. That's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think like as far as Billy Madison goes, that scene where they're in the classroom and she says like, "Open your textbook up. We're reading like My Sister Fanny" or something like that. When the whole class laughs at that and Billy like looks around the class and starts laughing to like play along, that is like a very underrated, very funny part of that movie. And then he comes over the top with a 69 one. That's one of the all-time great comedies.
And they have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, 69.
Yeah.
Playing dodgeball with the kids. Like everything. I don't know. It's
Well,
Hand up. Back when I originally saw the movie, I had no idea what he was talking about.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, and the dodgeball thing and the basketball thing too, like, now that I'm an adult and I've got like a 5-year-old nephew and I've got a brother who's 10 years younger than me, so I did it like when I was like 18 and he was 8, we'd play in the drive-in. I would just, swat the
Stuff him.
shit out
Yeah.
of him and then just do like the Adam Sandler, Billy Madison like celebrations in his face. So like that was awesome. So that was the inspiration for all
Good
that.
friend,
And
too.
to wrap up after the lost dog story, where he like has that moment of clarity, he's like, "You got a fucking responsibility. You go out there and find that fucking dog." I love that part because it's like it's a little bit heartwarming and it's hilarious at the same time because he's like getting passionate about learning at like a kindergarten level. It's awesome.
Everyone else is just eating glue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's all zoned in on the fucking story. They're all passed out.
yeah.
Yeah, just a good friend, man. I peed his
Yeah,
pants with
if
Ernie.
I ever like hit it rich and I was a millionaire, you guys could all, crash and get drunk by my pool all
I
day
was
and
talking
ride
when he
wave
pissed
runners
his
out.
pants because Ernie peed his pants.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
One of the foremost like for the longest time in the comment section of Barstool. What have I heard?
Yeah, you've heard Carl.
That's
good
true.
to see you.
Carl,
Good to see you.
see you.
Yeah. But also he made fun of the kid who couldn't read, so that was tough. Chief,
I mean,
you're
the
up.
kid couldn't read.
All right, I'm going.
Fucking idiot.
I'm
You
going
can't
with
read, Ed? It's a little sensitive. Sorry.
I'm going with a prop because I think it's the thinnest category, and I'm taking Chubs' prosthetic hand. So that was like a movie that was out there, or a prop that was in like the whole movie. It's a great story with the alligator head chomping it off. Gets run over by a bus. He gets hit with a hockey stick. It's just like it crumbles when he's shaking hands with people. Like maybe I'm just an idiot, but like that humor, like I love it. I love it every time I see
That
it.
humor's perfect because it's
Yeah.
such a stupid plot twist in the movie. Like when the truck runs over it. When he crumples in his hand, and when he first introduces it to Billy Madison, when he's taking the baseballs off the chest, or Happy Gilmore rather, he's like, "Oh my god!" and he's just like shaking it in his face.
And I do like when he goes to heaven. He's playing the piano. So he gets his hand back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He has to die, but he gets it back in heaven.
That's a good pick. Chubbs' hand is a huge part of that movie.
Huge. Yeah.
I like it. Chubbs PFT, you like the hand?
Oh, I love the hand. Yeah, the fact that it keeps getting destroyed over and over again. I love any.
It's all like
recurring
crazy
things like
glued.
that.
by the end.
like they won't even be talking about the hand, but you can see it, and it's just taped and glued together. Like
ball down
even
in
worse, worse and worse throughout the movie.
Like you would think maybe at some point like Billy would have gotten him a better hand, or Happy would have gotten a better hand after he won like all that money. But no, it's just like 3 twigs that are glued together by the end of the movie. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Good pick.
Yeah, good pick. White Sox, Dave, you're up.
I got to go with Happy Gilmore. I got to. It's a toss up between Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison for me. It's one of those movies that just never gets worse as you get older. The humor stays course through the test of time. I love the movie. It's my favorite Happy Gilmore movie. It's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. And Happy Gilmore, he's great. Like trying to hit on the little what is she? I'm not gonna say her name. What is she though?
She does the marketing.
She does the marketing for the PGA Tour, and he's got a great rivalry with He Who Shall Not Be Named. And I'm going Happy Gilmore. Fuck.
It just keeps proving my point that Billy Madison's a better character than Happy Gilmore because we've already had 2 slips now. One from White Sox Dave, one from PFT, talking about Happy Gilmore where they've just called him Billy.
I think that's like
Freudian?
if you took Happy Gilmore first, you might have been calling him Happy. Like
That's
those
exactly
two guys,
it.
like they're kind of this similar character. They kind of mesh together. So I like Happy Gilmore better.
How do you think the movies would have been different if Happy Gilmore was in Billy Madison and Billy Madison was the main character of Happy Gilmore? Because I think they'd probably be the exact same movie, but it's still a banger. Like they're pretty much the same character, but they're just such awesome characters that I don't think anybody cared.
I feel like Billy Madison's more happy-go-lucky, where Happy Gilmore has like that chip on his shoulder.
They're
right?
both one. I mean, but one's trying to save
my
his
skate off and try to stab a guy. Billy Madison would never say that.
Didn't he like take a putter to somebody's head though?
Yeah, that's true. No, not in Billy Madison.
Oh, and Happy Gilmore.
Billy Madison was just trying to be cool. Like,
I guess.
Get laid.
He was just a loser. He was a deadbeat who was living off his father's money, which I would do too if I was the owner of a hotel.
Which is why I would rather see Happy Gilmore in that environment with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be funny.
Regardless, Billy and Happy
they have to be drafted in the first
2
round.
first-rounders for sure.
They have to be.
Yeah.
Chubs is a first-round prop.
For sure.
That's a good prop. That's a good prop, Chief.
Yeah,
But
it's a value pick. I like that.
Yeah, we're short on tight ends this year.
All right, it's to me. I got to go with villain. I'm surprised he got to me. I don't think there's anybody better than Shooter.
No, he's one of the best villains in movie history.
Shooter.
He is perfect.
Has he gotten less cool though because he's so creepily accessible? Like there are pictures of him on the subway, and I just feel like anybody could,
I feel like that makes it more cool.
Pay for Shooter to show up.
I would love. Can we? I look it up. Can you do a cameo with Shooter? I bet you can.
Absolutely. Of course you can.
I
don't have to look it up. You can.
On Monday, I will have a cameo, if possible, of Shooter McGavin for the Barstool Chicago office.
Wait.
Shooter's probably made more money doing cameo than he did in the movie. I'm sure he strikes me as a guy that is absolutely cashing in on the cameo economy.
Can anybody name his name?
Can anybody name one other movie he's in?
No, that's why I don't think anything he does now and him being easily accessible now matters. He's Shooter McGavin.
Yep.
I'm taking
He's
him in that movie.
typecast as fuck.
I don't want to hear about him after. Did you meet him at the Super Bowl party?
No, I don't think I met him. Maybe I did. I was drunk.
There's an awesome video of him sitting in the middle when the whole place is flooded.
Yeah, he's just sitting there on his phone.
He's got his shoes off and his barefoot. Like
I love it.
He's an animal, but Shooter is a great.
He can get in anywhere, right?
Someone's
like,
oh my god,
Shooter!
The scene where the beach ball flies onto the putting green and he fucking whips the beach ball and he can't get it off the end of the putter and he's waving it around. They're all laughing in his face, and then he sinks the putt and then he gives the double pistols. Absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm happy. I got Shooter there at number 4. So that's my pick.
Absolute first rounder.
Yeah. So
Absolute first rounder.
First villain off the board, Shooter McGavin. PFT, you're up.
Okay. This is tough because I could go in a couple different directions here. I think I'm going to go with the Sandler character. I'm going to go with Bobby Boucher, the Water Boy. Very funny movie. he didn't really do that. It was kind of a mix of the drunk Happy Gilmore accent. No, it was the drunk Billy Madison accent with like a little bit of an attempted Cajun voice, and it was hilarious. It was like he invented a new accent in that movie. And I mean, the Waterboy's just great. He's just jacking people up all day. Very sympathetic character too. It's surprising like how well developed the character of the Waterboy is, like having the overbearing mother, like being a little bit slow, having that rage pent up inside his body, needing a productive release for it. Like it's actually a sneaky, really like well-written character, which is something that you don't often say about Sandler movies. It's usually like, this guy's fucking hilarious. But in The Waterboy, it's like very, very funny. But also you almost don't even realize that you like are feeling empathetic towards this little, Cajun kid from the South that he made up. So I love The Waterboy. Great movie.
He's an actual nice guy, Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's misunderstood. Just a little slow. Just loves water. High quality H2O. The scene when he calls the wrestler in the beginning of the movie.
Captain Insano.
And Captain Insano. And they're like, how old are you, kid? 10, 12 years old. And they're like, I'm 32 years old. And they just pause for a second. And then the host and Captain Insano break character and just start laughing at his face.
Yeah.
That was the Big Show.
Yeah, I knew it was a real wrestler.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who, though.
That is.
He's a nice guy. He was bullied. He had a redemption arc. He got to fucking take down the bully.
We were lucky to have that movie come out when it came out. Because PFT, I think we were around probably same age, junior high, you're like kind of in that age where you're still hanging with the boy. Like it is like the peak Sandler comedy age to like watch his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that's a good pick, Bobby Boucher, the final first rounder. PFT, you're up
All
again.
right. So this is where it gets tough because I'm not going to be able to pick for several, like 8 more choices. So I have to maximize my value on this. So I'm going to go with a side character, and there are so many great side characters to choose from in Adam Sandler movies, but I think my favorite one is the butler from Mr. Deeds.
Oh.
So John Turturro, he's a great actor, like one of the best actors of the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And his like little foot fetish that he has going on the entire time.
He's very sneaky.
Sneakiness.
He's very sneaky.
I fear you are underestimating the sneakiness, sir. It was every time he was on the screen, every line that he had was a laugh out loud moment, and that's something that you hardly ever get from any character, let alone like a side character in a movie like that. So, I'm gonna go. I don't know his name. I don't have it in front of me, but the butler from
Emilio
Mr. Deeds.
Lopez is his name.
He has way more like memorable and quotable moments than Sandler does, with maybe 3% of the lines. Like he steals the show in that movie. So that is a great pick.
That's by far, we could agree that's the deepest category.
No,
You don't think the side characters is the deepest?
I think love interest is the deepest.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the
No,
easiest
Eddie,
one for sure.
I agree with Eddie.
Sheer
I think the side, there's so many great side characters. Like I had a hard time whittling them down, but he was like head and shoulders to me above the rest. I feel like it's a deep class, but he's the 1A in that category.
There you go, the butler. Mr. Deeds is solid. It's a solid movie, and Turturro did play a great character. All right, it's to me. I'm gonna go with the first love interest off the board. I mean, how could you not go Veronica Vaughn?
Yeah.
Fuck. Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. Him and her got it out, if you know what I mean.
She's ride or die bitch.
Yeah.
He beat his ass when he needed his ass beat.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, exactly. Spanish Armada.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veronica. Yeah, she grabbed him by the ear, tugged him out of the room.
Yep.
Want to touch the hiney.
She's a no-nonsense woman, Veronica Vaughn.
A bad bitch.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a bad bitch.
I was about to say something bad myself. I won't say it though. Credit to me.
Credit to you, Dave.
I think you were gonna say she's classically beautiful, and I agree.
I was gonna say something a little worse than that.
All right, then I'm glad you held. No, I
First
think
time Dave's ever filtered himself.
Yeah. I mean, growth.
down,
We're talking
Dave.
about character
Yeah.
arcs and growth. This is part of my character arc and growth.
I do think she's a clear number one love interest too.
Absolutely.
I would agree, but it is a very deep field.
It is deep, yes, but Veronica Vaughn.
Is that influenced by your level of romanticism?
Could be. Could be.
Now I'm really interested in who you're going to take because
For
for love interest.
Okay.
but we'll see. Yeah, Veronica Vaughn. and she just she had that face where you knew she meant business. Perfect teacher casting.
Oh yeah,
Well,
she looked
also
like
being
a
like
porn star teacher.
huge
That's not the
smoke.
bad thing I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like stay after class.
She had, you know what it was? She had like the perfect teacher's eyebrow. Like when she was mad and she would raise that
It's
one
like a
eyebrow.
triangle.
Like you knew that you were in trouble. Yeah, I think we all have like a teacher that we look back on and it was like, man, I really like getting in trouble with her.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Do you
put
want
it.
to name her name?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna pass on that. But there's one 6th grade. She knows who she is.
All right, Veronica Vaughn's off the board. White Sox, Dave, you're up again.
That was my next pick, but since the love interest category is so deep, I'm going to go to the prop, and I'm going to go the green playbook from the Waterboy, Coach
right.
Klein's green playbook.
I like it. I mean,
It basically caused his mental breakdown. The Waterboy came in and saved the day, saved his career. SCLSU was just a dumpster fire of a program. The Waterboy steps in. Coach Klein gets his green playback juju back. And playbook green.
I mean, as far
playbook,
as the plot of a movie goes, the green playbook is as important as anything.
it's as important as anything.
It really is. Like,
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. It is like a seminal thing. It's almost like Indiana Jones' whip or his hat.
Yeah.
Like it's that important.
I mean, that was like it had magical powers basically. And when I'm not going to say his name, when it got stolen from him from the other coach, like he lost all his mojo. He couldn't coach anymore. He was basically a mental case. And once he was able to use the playbook again, the whole movie turns around and the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl.
Yeah, but wouldn't you agree that the reason they won the Bourbon Bowl was because of Bobby Boucher's athletic talent? Like
Well,
that's
it
like
was a
having
combination
LeVar
for
Arrington
sure.
at linebacker. He's better off if you let him freelance. Once you make him rely too much on a system, it's like, okay, it's kind of like the coach taking credit for just an insanely good athlete that he's got.
Yeah.
but if Coach Klein, he's not dying for a Bobby Boucher if he's still got that notebook.
Yeah, that's true.
The Mud Dogs are still in good shape if he's still got the notebook.
What's the name of the college?
SCLSU,
Southeastern.
South Central Louisiana State University. SCLSU.
All time quick. You talked about a underrated funny moment from Billy Madison. I think underrated funny moment from that movie is when the towel boy comes in from Michigan.
And they just fucking kill him. He's like doing slants over the
Yeah,
middle.
they're like cutting there. It's like an ESPN cutaway in a bar. It's like I don't know if it's
The kid
Scott.
just
I
gets
think it's Scott Van Pelt or Stuart Scott. It's Stuart Scott. He's like, in other news,
The University of Michigan's trying out their towel boy, and he's doing a fucking slant, and he just gets completely decapitated.
What a movie.
That is a great movie.
Green
I
playbook.
forgot how great that movie was.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies I watch every single time I see it's on TV. Every single time.
There you go. Green playbook, off the board. Chief, you're up.
All right, I'm taking Shooter McGavin as a first round villain, but this is the villain I hate the most. Like he comes on screen and I like genuinely hate this character. And it's Glen Gulia from The Wedding Singer.
One of the most punchable faces of all
fucking
time.
Worst. He's a scumbag, a habitual cheater, philanderer, hitting on the stewardess. Or the flight attendant. You can't do that. Guy sucks. What are you laughing at?
I can't. I'm sorry.
What's so funny?
No, I'm thinking about. I'm sorry. I'm listening to you. I'm just thinking about my next pick, and I'm getting really excited. I'm sorry.
By all means,
I mean,
Carl, go ahead and take it.
Dude, Glen Gulia, ultimate scumbag. I fucking love The Wedding Singer.
It's a great movie.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've talked about this with Ed before. I hadn't seen The Wedding Singer in years. And
That
then
might be
I
his
was like,
best
David,
movie.
Yeah,
I
the
honestly
confession.
think it's his best
We
movie.
had this is my number one. I haven't seen it.
Carl,
It's
I
one of
know.
those.
I should get up
Carl-
and leave the room.
Carl knows how much
Yep.
I love it, and he pulled me aside one day. He's like, dude, I don't really. This was like 2 years ago, like 2019. He's like, dude, I've never seen it. Like, can we watch it in the
Everybody's got
office
that
someday?
movie.
Yeah, I was like, dude, don't worry about it. We'll watch it. I'm like jealous for you. One of those kind of things.
It's a
Like,
legit.
I did tell you, like it's because there is an embarrassment when you're like, I have never seen it.
I hadn't
and
seen
everybody
Shrek
has
until a
those
few months ago.
movies.
Yeah.
and so that's my number one, and I haven't seen it.
Mine's
It's-
American Psycho.
Did you at least listen to the soundtrack for it? Because that was a movie where like the soundtrack.
I'm learning how to
was-
play
that's
it on the
back-
guitar right now.
I mean,
That's back in the day when soundtracks were like a huge thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when that
Yeah.
soundtrack came out, it was like, wow, the '80s are back.
like go to Coconuts and buy the CD.
Dude, yeah, it was like, look, of course, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, like those are the movies of your childhood. But Wedding Singer is probably my favorite. It's such a perfect
It's definitely
movie.
mine, I think.
The side characters with
I can't say him.
with the movies, I know,
Yeah.
but with the soundtrack,
yeah,
like
yeah,
PFT said, it's just so fucking awesome.
And this is how popular
Kill me, please.
the song for the movie that they wrote for the movie "Grow Old with You" is. That's actually many people's wedding songs, and it's
Sure,
just
yeah.
from the movie. It's not like an actual song.
Well,
It's a great movie.
Glen
a great
Gulia,
song.
ultimate piece of shit. Nice pick, Chief. I think maybe you could have got him a little later, but
I didn't.
Definitely.
I think you.
I mean, there's more popular, but that was a great pick.
That's my number one. See, like,
Yeah.
I don't know that. I think I would like McGavin's in 1. I think Gulia's 2.
I might disagree, but I don't hate the pick at all.
Okay.
all right,
Carl.
Carl, you're up.
Okay. I'm sorry. I started laughing because I was like, oh, I made the decision who I was going to pick. And then I was like, what's my favorite line from this guy? And
then
so I just started
crack-
laughing.
yeah.
So I apologize for interrupting your pick. I'm taking the delivery guy from Big Daddy.
Okay.
When they're in the courtroom and he's like,
Hip hop.
and he's
hip
like,
hop.
how do you say lamb and tuna fish? And they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, maybe you prefer spaghetti and meatball? And he's like, if you don't like America, get the hell out of this country. Like, it's just a ridiculous. He's just great. He's hanging out with Frankenstein the whole time.
Can't read.
So
the 3-piece cheesecake.
yeah, and I'm Rob Schneider,
Damn you!
Yeah.
delivery guy. I want the Big Daddy delivery guy on my team.
So I thought about doing a shtick mock draft. I have a confession to make, and I was just gonna pick all Rob Schneider rules for this, like for every single thing. Like the prop was gonna be his coconut bra and 51st Dates, or the wig. You could make an entire draft out of that. We have a long and storied history of Rob Schneider on Part of My Take. Great guest, recurring guest. Everybody loved him. Just really sweet human being. So I was thinking about doing that, but you're right, Carl. Like that would have been maybe the first pick that I would take would be the delivery guy, because it's one of his best roles, most iconic role too. He's just the delivery guy that ends up becoming your best friend and hanging out on your couch and just dropping one-liners on you. It's great.
So good, man.
They're teaching him how to read.
Good. I got you a clock radio. Hey, you're not supposed to tell me. It's a gift. You're supposed to open it and see what I got.
I got 2 clock radio.
I got to go. I got deliveries to make. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome character. His name is Nazo.
What's
What's his name?
Nazo, N-A-Z-O.
Okay.
He comes walking in his. I think he's on the couch when he's doing the Scuba Sam.
What
Scuba
is he
Steve's
supposed to be
5.
Italian in the movie?
I think
Like straight
it's-
off the boat, Italian, 1920s.
No.
I think
way.
it's just like
He's like Eastern European.
yeah, he's like an. I think he's just
Okay.
supposed to be like an
Turkish
off
or
the
something.
boat
Yeah.
New York delivery.
generic
Yeah,
immigrant.
he's generic immigrant. He has
Yeah,
no
just like if you-
ethnicity.
If you took any country that borders the Mediterranean Sea and then combine them all into one character,
Yes, yes.
I think that's the country. He's from Mediterranean.
Unreal. Great character. You're up again, Carl.
I actually feel limited with the love interest stuff, and I'll tell you guys why whenever she comes up. But I'm gonna take Virginia Bennett from Happy Gilmore. She's just really hot. She's not as hot as Veronica Vaughn, but she's hot.
If she could be so much hotter if her haircut wasn't like mom haircut.
Yeah.
So
If she had Veronica Vaughn's hair, she'd be a complete and total smoke show.
And I think she's like a second rounder. Like I'm getting her in the 3rd round, and I think she's a second. Like I think she's a fringe second, 3rd rounder. But I would rather. I have time to continue to think about my prop and my villain. But I don't feel comfortable with the love interest.
she's great, but she was hotter when she was the mom on Modern Family. Like she got hotter like 15 years later.
never seen it.
Never seen it.
Look it up.
Classic scene with the beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Everyone's, as a kid, you love that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean, she's it's like I don't know. Love interest was one where
I thought love interest was pretty easy. Everyone was gonna get someone good for a love interest.
Yeah. Because Sandler, I mean, but it depends, like, if you want to do, like, the good movies of Sandler, because his later movies, he just picks, like, every mega smoke in the world.
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah. So you could go that route, but,
Not even actresses, some of them.
yeah, so.
I don't, and I think Veronica Vaughn has a better name than Virginia Bennett. I don't
Yeah.
like Bennett as the last name. They could have gone sexier.
They used to go just straight VV initials for some reason with his love interest. Veronica Vaughn. Not gonna say it.
V's
and
a sexy letter.
Virginia Bennett.
Yeah, you're right. All right, yeah, I mean, worthy pick. She's top girl, one of the top girls off the board for sure. Chief, you're back up.
I guess I'll go character because I feel like those are running low now. I'll go Stunny Colfax from Big Daddy. I feel like that was a lot of what. You don't like Big Daddy?
I don't. I think it's a fine movie, but I don't put it anywhere near a lot of the movies we've already talked about.
Oh no!
Oh, I think that's
Big Daddy's
is great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
Arguably his best.
It might be
I don't
number two
think
for
so.
me behind
Yeah.
Wedding Singer. It really might be number 2.
I think
Never
Wedding
seen it.
Singer is the best movie,
sorry.
and then Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, like they're so classically funny that
He is the perfect miserable prick.
Yeah.
Walking around in a Syracuse shirt, like, whose Chinese food is this? I'm eating it. You know, he's just like,
Yeah.
he's great.
Yeah. That character and like
remember when I found the weed in your drawer and it was pencil shavings and you told me it was pencil
You
shavings?
don't think he's funny, Dave, when he's yelling at
mean,
the people
it's-
watching fucking Frankenstein take
somebody
a
get
piss?
kid a Happy Meal.
Yeah, what's
It's-
your
it's-
name? I'll
it's
write it on
fine.
the wall.
He's fine.
You, Sonny Colfax, guy.
It's a
PFT?
fine movie. I don't love the
Yeah.
movie. Like I love a lot of the other
Yeah, it's a
movies
good-
he's done.
I love it. I love Big Daddy. Big Daddy to me was like, that was one of the first Adam Sandler movies where he didn't play the exact same type
Yeah,
of
he wasn't an
Happy
idiot.
Gilmore, Billy Madison. Yeah, he was kind of like a schmuck. He was just like a little bit of a loser, a little bit stunted growth. But that was the first time where I was like, is he acting right now? I think Adam Sandler's acting right now, and he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're mad at your dad, not at me.
Not at
I
me.
forgive you.
Yeah, I love Sonny Cole. I'm surprised, Dave, you had any shot at him.
I mean, he's fine. It's like when I think Adam Sandler, I think just like balls to the wall comedy. And that one, I think that there are other characters that are way funnier than him. He's fine. He is whatever.
It's a more nuanced character.
Which
Hey,
is not what I
Corinne.
think of when I think of Adam Sandler.
What does
movies.
that mean?
Stay away from the frozen food section. Your boobs are hard.
Did you take an elective on film?
I love this. We're just picking picks, and then we're just doing
the
like
lines.
lines.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
anyone who likes the movie will like this shit, like this show, but if you don't, you'll be like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?"
This has been the most. This is the most I've enjoyed listening to us talk about our picks.
'Cause it's funny.
I want to know if there's somebody, if you're listening right now and you've never seen Adam Sandler movies, but you're still listening to this draft. I want to know like what's going through your head right now. Like, that would be a psycho move. I appreciate it if you are, but let me know if you're like an Adam Sandler virgin. And by us talking about it, if us saying the lines have made you laugh a single time.
That'd be a good survey for sure. All right, Sonny Colfax off the board. White Sox Dave, you're up again.
I'm gonna take my. Let's see. Does they? PFT needs. So I can get. All right, I think I'm gonna be good here. I'm gonna take. I gotta go with the Billy Madison villain. I gotta go with Eric Gordon, because I think I can get my love interest later. Eric Gordon though, that little sniveling weasel.
Did you
that
laugh
little
because you didn't know
cunt.
his last name was Gordon?
No, I just this isn't just.
I didn't
This
know
is
his last
White
name was
Sox
Gordon until I looked it
Dave's-
up.
No, White Sox Dave hates this guy.
I
Like,
hate
this
this guy.
This is your least favorite type of
Because
person.
we've all been around and especially all of us, because we used to work in corporate world, like just an ass kiss motherfucker that only everybody can sniff him out except the people that matter, like bosses and higher ups. He's just a fucking cunt. He brought in a gun and tried to shoot up at school. Like he's just the worst. And he's got the most punchable face ever after Glen Gulia, maybe. They both have punchable faces.
Him paying off the janitor to get the intel. And
Yeah.
He's like, Miss Lippy's car is green.
He's like, oh, thanks. I'd rather have a beer.
Eric.
Wait, he tried to shoot up a school?
Yeah. At the decathlon
I mean,
thing.
he tried to shoot up the school. He tried to kill Billy, technically.
I mean, they were in a school, though, so
He
it would
just
have been a
pulls out
school
a-
shooting.
Yeah.
He pulled out
Oh,
a
I
fucking
thought you
Cougar
were-
Magnum.
I thought, okay, yeah.
You thought I was talking
there
real
maybe
life?
Like I thought that there was maybe a part of the movie that like was just the White Sox Dave cut that nobody else has seen, where they did like a backstory on him, and one of the qualities that made him a shithead was when he was a kid, he brought a gun to school. I didn't remember that, so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing out on anything.
So it's
a
the
plot
same
line.
character from Get Out. That's a bad guy from Get Out.
Yeah, it is.
And he's a lot of
Yep.
West Wing. He's a good character on the show West Wing. If anybody
Give the company to Eric.
You can't, Eric? You're giving the company to Eric? And then at the end of the movie, he's a janitor.
He's just he's so diabolical. Like every time Billy would pass a grade and they'd throw a party for Billy, Eric would be there in a suit, like mad, like eating the finger foods, like talking.
So
to
he's
Carl,
gotten
like, why do we have
through
to do
first and
this?
second grade. Big whoop. like he's actually starting to get nervous because he's fucking passing spelling tests and shit.
I do think like one thing that's interesting about that character though is that he is exactly as emotionally immature as Billy Madison is, but he just tries to act like he's not. He has none of the redeeming qualities and all the bad qualities, but he acts like he's the shit.
Unbelievable. Fucking Eric. Poking the holes out with his pencil in Billy's eye when he does that.
Yeah. He's like drilling it.
All right, Eric.
He's a shithead name too. Yeah. Eric.
I agree.
Eric. Ew.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm up again. Surprise this got back to me. I think this is arguably the biggest prop. I got to go with the hockey stick putter.
Yeah.
I was down to. I didn't want to go back to back Happy Gilmore. That's the only reason I didn't take it. I had it as my number one prop though.
Did you? Yeah. It's, hockey stick putter is a good.
That could easily have been the first prop. I just laugh more at Chubs.
Chubs, it's fair. But the hockey stick putter, everyone's seen that and be like, dude, that's so sick.
Happy learned how to putt.
Oh,
it's so sick.
He even holds it like a hockey stick.
Yeah. So
was that an illegal putter though?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was against regulations.
Shoot or let it fly. He didn't. I mean, what do you don't like the putter?
I like it. I'm just I can't stop thinking. I'm so hard. I'm just thinking.
So much.
Thinking.
Yeah,
it's a very good category.
Yeah, not a ton more to say other than the hockey stick.
Well,
putter.
it's funny that it just starts working right away, and he was a shitty hockey player to begin with.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, now I can putt. It's like, well,
He had a great shot though.
He couldn't skate.
Couldn't skate and wasn't accurate. Is that goal regulation size or what?
Is that how hockey tryouts are, Chief? They have you like that at the end. They're like, all right, 15, 22.
Yeah, exactly like that.
The rest of you, there's always next year. He's like, Coach, you didn't call my name. He's like, Gilmore, you called me. Like, we called you, right? And he's like, no, you didn't. He's like, oh, better luck next year. And then he just beats the fucking shit out of him.
All right. Hockey stick putters off the board. PFT, you're up again.
Okay. I think I got to go love interest here, and I'm surprised that she hasn't been taken, but I'm gonna go with Julia Gulia.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore.
I love her.
And The Wedding Singer.
I actually wanted
Julia Sullivan. Yes.
Julia Sullivan.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah, sorry. Well, no, she did get married, right?
No,
she was on her way to get
She was
married.
gonna be
Right.
Julia Gulia.
Yeah.
Okay, she was about to be Julia. Yeah, that's right. She was on the plane on her way to get married in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
She's just a sweetheart. Just an absolute
I
sweetheart.
actually
And
want
she
to
was-
date Julia Sullivan in real life. Like, she's the sweetest girl ever. Pretty as can
Yeah.
be. Probably can
To
crush
me-
a sundress.
It came
don't
came
know.
down to her and then the lady in Uncut Gems, Julia De Fiore.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And
we
I
don't
thought
like
about
to give
it.
away picks. But.
Well, that's,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I just thought about
that's-
her, I thought about the other Julia, and I was like, you know what, PFT, at the end of the day, you're deciding whether or not you want to draft Julia De Fiore's ass. And I decided at the last second, I was like, you know what, Julia Gulia, I think total package. Plus, she's a sweetheart, like the nicest person on earth. So I got to go with Julia Sullivan.
I love her sister. She's such a slut.
Is that her sister or friend? I
think
It's her
it's
cousin, I
it's her-
think.
yeah,
Is there a
yeah,
cousin?
Cousin, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's wife in real life.
She
What's her
played
name?
such
Yeah.
a good banquet hall waitress. It
That's
was
exactly what they all look
unbelievable.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like filling up those little glasses and everything. I love Julia Sullivan. Great pick. You're up again, PFT.
Okay. So for my next one, can I take the boner from Boner Dogs as a prop?
Does it have an IMBD page yet?
Let me check. It's in production. It's in pre-production. It's been in pre-production for several. I won't take that. What I will take is Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve from Big Daddy. Great toy. I wanted a Scuba Steve. I was like 15 years old or whatever. No big deal. I still wanted a Scuba Steve. It's a kick-ass action figure. A lot of times, if you're going to come up with an action figure in a movie, it has to seem like one that you would really want in real life in order for it to work. And like, so for example, in Jingle All the Way, I never wanted the Robot Man or whatever it was?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want
Turbo
that
Man.
toy. Turbo Man. Yeah, I didn't really want a Turbo Man, but I wanted a Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve kicks ass.
Scuba Steve, I mean, big role of the movie. He had to dress up as him. He stepped on him.
Yep.
Scuba Steve, damn you, is still like something you might say when you get hurt.
Scuba Steve.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good pick. Scuba
You know what I
Steve.
really liked about Scuba Steve is there's no like, I don't really understand what the superhero action was. Like, why would a kid want a scuba doll? Like, that doesn't seem super exciting to me. But it worked. But it managed to, you made a scuba diver seem like a cool action figure. So that's got to be worth something.
Yeah, very right.
To
All
Eddie.
right, Scuba Steve off the board. It's to me. All the characters from Sandler are taken, so I have to pick a side character, and I don't know who to pick. It's so fucking hard.
Please don't pick who I want.
I have one that I want badly too.
Really?
Yeah.
I want one
It's
so badly.
fucking hard. I don't know how. I mean, you guys. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
saying this because I was gonna hold off on mine until the last round, but now I have to take him if you don't take him.
I almost just might wait because I don't know who to take. It's so hard. There's so many good ones. There's so many good ones, man. Fuck. I'm honestly, I want to shut down the draft and think.
Can we start a
more.
countdown?
You want to throw another ad in
We
here?
need a shot
This is your
clock.
normal.
I
This is
might
your.
do it.
your
We can do
normal
a
move.
follow draft, just side characters. Like
we honestly
the-
could.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all the runoff.
You really could. Yeah.
Make
you,
it 10
you really
rounds.
could.
Where are you going today, PFT?
You really could. All right, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to take the Sandler, even though I don't have to, because I want to wait. I'm going to go with Robbie Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the only thing you could really take.
I
there.
fucking love Robbie Hart.
It's
Great dude.
Great
Great.
character.
The best.
Another one where it's like a genuinely good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You
lets
feel
himself
for
get
him, yeah.
paid in
Fucking
meatballs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get paid in meatballs.
Yeah.
Who else is
He
going to
just
do
puts
that?
it in his hand. Yeah.
In his hand. Yeah.
He does it for the love of the game. He fucking gets stood up at the altar. It's a tough life for Robbie Hart. So
Yeah. Wasn't like the
You
rapping
could've told
granny?
me
You remember
this.
her from
Yeah.
Wedding Singer? I feel like there were a lot of rapping grannies that came out right after that. That was
she
like a
was
main source of
also
comedy in the mid to late
in
90s.
Old School, I believe. She was in a few movies. That granny, yeah. I forget.
Yeah,
which
no,
ones.
I mean just like the character, like the
A hip
trope of
hop, a
a
hippity
grandparent
hippity
who
hip
also listens to rap music and raps. That was like there were tons of those, but I think that was the first one.
she paved the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. That's the meatball scene's one of my favorites. Robbie Hart, good dude. Glad he wins in the end. All right, White Sox Dave, you're up again.
All right, I don't even care about my love interest at this point because I have to have this side character. I have to have Farmer Fran. I have to have him. We let her see another day. We let her see. And then in the one scene, they cut to Farmer Fran. He's with the cheerleaders, and they're all completely fucking shit-faced drunk. And one of them's riding him with like a fake lasso. It's just he's maybe my favorite character in all Adam Sandler movies.
He was one of the four I was looking at there. So you
I
he was one of
had
the-
to take
He
him.
was one of the two that I was looking at.
Okay, all right.
So-
Farmer
I had to
Fran.
have him. I had to have him.
They can't say it anymore, but the home is where you make it scene.
Yeah.
The classic, if you know.
Whenever he's talking
Yeah.
to someone, they're just like so confused.
Another great, quick, subtle. Offense over here, defense over here, special teams go run a lap.
And he
Farmer
starts
Fran.
chasing the kicker.
It's just him and the kicker out running.
Unbelievable character. Dave, that's a
Nipple
great
rings,
pick.
great
I
nipple
was
rings.
between him. If that wins you the draft, then I panic.
I honestly thought that I was going to be able to get him last round, no problem. And then when you said you were struggling to pick, I'm like, I'm not
Nope.
leaving it to chance. I'm taking Farmer Fran.
He was one of the four I was between, no joke. And he was one of the two Chief was between, so good move pulling the trigger there on him.
Yeah.
Great fucking character. All right, Chief, you're up.
I guess I'll just use mine now, and I don't. Now I'm like I feel like there's a gap between Farmer Fran and this guy. Like Farmer Fran's better, but the big guy. I had to look up his name, Mr. Larson, and Happy Gilmore, the guy with a fucking
Oh,
nail
yeah.
sticking out of his head. He's
Hey,
like, oh, I have
Mr.
to-
Larson,
Yeah.
how's the?
And
Play it where it
Play it
lies.
where it lies. I have to hit it off Frankenstein's fat foot over there. And
He's great, yeah.
He was a great character.
But-
It's like, oh, great, you can count, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
I haven't seen the movie in fucking forever, but in the original Longest Yard, I'm pretty sure he played the role as the same guy as that Indian dude in the current Longest Yard. And like the
I've
new.
never seen either of them.
Oh, it is probably Sandler's like most underrated movie.
I think it's hilarious.
It is so
I think
funny.
that movie is fucking hilarious.
Me and my buddy, I think we went and saw it 2 or 3 days in a row when it came out.
I
was
think
so
that movie
funny.
is so underrated.
Which one?
Dude,
Sorry?
Stone Cold, The Longest Yard.
Yeah,
He's not gonna get Stone Cold. Steve Austin's in it. Nelly's
Goldberg,
the fucking
Nelly.
running back. Yeah, it was basically
Yeah.
like a mid 2000s.
Chris Rock.
Like it was like a Expendables for
comedy.
for like cool guys.
It had a ton of like A-listers at the time, and the movie's fucking hilarious. What's the fucking dude's name who was on at Saturday Night Live? He got in a bad car accident and had to quit. Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
He is
Tracy Morgan. Yeah.
hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, that movie has so many great characters and cameos in it. You're right. It is like the Expendables. The entire like bad football team that's made up of the guards. So good. It's like I think Romanowski's on there.
Yeah, Bill Romanowski.
Stone Cold. They had like a bunch of wrestlers. I remember like I think one of the first lines Stone Cold had. They were just in the locker room and he was just playing air guitar to Mississippi Queen, and he was like, "This is how the white man plays guitar." And, like that was a laugh out loud moment. It was one of the funniest scenes. But yeah, everybody. The cameos in that movie, not just like on the bad football team, but like Chris Berman's in there.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like it's such a great movie.
And
I mean,
at the
to
end,
me,
the last.
It was big.
you just have to put Chris Berman in a movie. I'll be like, that movie has everyone.
No, it really does.
Mr. Larson, though, great pick in the beginning of the movie when he hits the nail, and then he just like slowly gets up over the 2x4s in like slow motion. Basically, he's growling like a dog. Arr. He's like, "Yeah, he got the best of me that round, but
I'll see you in the parking lot." Mr.
Stay
Larson.
down."
He was not one of the four I was between, so
Okay.
I'm happy about that. But he's good. He's great.
Oh yeah, he's
not
great.
hating on him at all. Carl, you're up.
These are my last 2 picks. I'm gonna go 4th round prop. I'm gonna take the glacier water from Waterboy.
Okay,
Helped him up, man. He
I
was
didn't have
knocked
that on
out.
the list.
Good pick.
That's a good pick, though.
I think we under the definition of prop. I think that is
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
brings it back to life.
It was on my list.
Now the other thing is, I think that's a great. Sports movies are hard. That's a great final game in a sports movie. When he comes in at halftime, he's academically ineligible and all that shit. Like that whole sequence, the announcer with Dan Fouts being like, "You gotta leave." He's like going back with the what's the line there? Where Dan Fouts is like, it's the last game of the season.
Can't hold anything back.
He's like,
anything
I
back.
know.
We know.
Like the whole
We know
the
We
onside
know.
kick. So I can't take that game. I'm taking the water from that game that brings him back, obviously. But in talking about the pick, where's the glacier? What he gets like the special water? Where's it
Alaskan.
from? Is it Vicky Valancourt gets it?
Vicky Valancourt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's the devil.
you're up again.
And I owe you guys a villain. I'm gonna take Hal L. Orderly from Happy Gilmore. It's Ben Stiller.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's Ben Stiller from Happy Gilmore. He's like, Jesus, basically like murdering old people.
Right.
Like, he's
I
like,
didn't
now
even
you're
think of him because
now
I was
your
just so
back's gonna
fixated
hurt.
on Shooter, but he's hilarious. In
He's
that movie.
hilarious. Yeah.
I mean, he's only in it for like 2 minutes total, but he's
Right.
hilarious in it.
visible. Like, so it's
Oh,
not like
you okay?
the.
I can get you a nice warm glass of shut the hell up.
He's like, "Oh, your fingers
Damn it.
hurt."
That's a great pick, Carl.
Yep.
Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean,
He's touching her like all tenderly.
You know every line he says in
Yeah.
that movie.
That's the power. And he's
bangs
not
on
in it
him.
much. That's a powerful character.
What about
Yeah.
the Mista lady?
Get me
Like,
out of
how
here.
fucked up the Mista lady is. It
It's
shows
because
you
of
how
him.
fucked up Ben Stiller is. Get me
Yeah.
out of here.
Damn, the handlebar mustache really brings it to a next level too. And then like the way that he tries to act like he's a super nice guy. Around Happy. Hey, that's a tremendous looking trophy. Like, God damn, what a good pick. I'm mad at myself actually
That
for
is
not
a good
taking that.
pick. That is a good pick.
What's his name?
Hal L.
Hell L.
All right, Hal's off.
It
the
won't
board.
play in the graphic.
Damn.
But what a fucking pick!
Hey there.
Well, if the graphic is
Yeah,
it's
that's-
visuals
yeah,
now,
that's true.
then
It'll
it will
play.
play. It'll play big time.
Chief, you're up again.
All right, so I need last pick for me is a love interest. Like I feel like this is a deep board, but the top ones are gone. So I'm just gonna pick the one that I think is the hottest, which is Donna Newman and Click. It's Kate Beckinsale. Like, I fucking love Kate Beckinsale.
She's
She
so
might be
fucking
like
hot.
my number one all time.
She'd probably fuck you too.
Why would you say that?
She's
Right?
fucking
Isn't she-
Machine Gun Kelly or something.
She's
right?
like
Do
all
I
over the
look
place.
like Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, but I mean, like she's.
Well, he's ugly.
Hold on.
I
He's
a second.
also
had,
very.
I had
She's the
Dave.
one people guys are like. I think you could. Kate Beckinsale's like she dips her. Like,
I thought the
think
same thing.
Portnoy has DM'd her, right?
I had him DM her live on the air, and she never responded.
Yeah, so if she's not responding to a guy worth like $400 million, he's just not responding
trying
to
to
it.
juice you up here, Chief. I think you got a shot with Kate Beckinsale.
I skew younger.
Jesus.
Donna Newman. What do you think?
I think that
It's not a classic character.
No, I
Yeah.
think, but I only think there are two classic ones. Like,
no, there's
I don't,
one more
I don't
that you did not pick.
Whoa, that's.
Yeah, I think so too. Are you up, Dave?
I'm up, but I don't want to draft her because
Well, you have to.
I would be so fucking deep on the Waterboy.
Oh, see, I don't like her.
She's ride or die. She'll
Fuck
fucking
yeah,
kill.
she's ride or
I-
die.
She'll
She-
kill people if you ask her to.
She was not. I'd
You're
rather
just
have
horny
Are
Becky.
you kidding me? That's why.
Vicky Valancourt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it doesn't matter at this point because everybody's got there other than me, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can draft her because I'd have three.
Why not? You love the Waterboy.
I
You-
do
if
love the
she's your
Waterboy.
number one, then you should just take her.
But
She showed Bobby her boobies, and he liked those too.
That's true. That's a great
that is
line.
true. Yeah, see, she's ride or die, and
All right,
she
Donna
likes to
Newman,
fuck.
you're up, Dave. Who you
I'm gonna go
do?
Alex McDonough with Chuck and Larry. She's, I think, the hottest of all of them.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
I don't think she's hotter than Beckinsale.
Dude,
so you're
it's-
horny.
it's-
You made a horny pick too.
I made a horny pick, her in the Catwoman costume, and then when she has a scene when she's getting undressed and she's like, "These are real, by the way," and you can see her ass jiggling. It's like,
It's like
That's
it's a
our-
gift that just stays out there.
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
You like that, Dave?
I
Yeah.
very much so love that.
You think Chuck and Larry holds up in 2020?
It's
I don't.
it would have
2021?
gotten canceled long if it came out now.
No,
like,
I know
immediately.
it won like GLAAD awards and shit.
But it was
What's a
was
GLAAD
like a
award?
good.
Right.
Gay lesbian.
Gay lesbian,
and-
They weren't making
really?
fun of
Yeah.
homosexuals. Like I
Didn't,
I
well, you
haven't
just said it would
asked-
get canceled.
I
I thought they were more making fun of like.
people would try to cancel it even though there's no reason to.
I thought they were just making fun of
people
like,
like to be miserable.
just like the system, like government's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, whatever, fine, I'm gonna marry my buddy. Like, and honestly, like if you have buddies that are like firefighters and shit, and how funny those guys are, those guys will do like anything to beat a system. Firefighters are the best. They'll share cable. They carpool. They're like the storyline in and of itself like isn't that. If you're gonna pick an occupation, I feel like firefighters should be the guys to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now. It has a social responses and controversy category. It says GLAAD said the movie has some expected stereotypes, but in its own disarming way, it's a call for equality and respect.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a perfectly
Yeah.
fine way to put it.
I do think that it would hold up because the movie was mostly just about the situation that they were in, and then all the stuff that like all the homophobia was coming from characters who were like villains in it, and then you learn a lesson at the end, which is it's cool to make out with your buddy.
Yeah, and then there's other.
Have you ever made out with Billy or anybody?
I've never made out with Billy. I'm not a frog. I'm not exactly Billy's type.
All right, Alex McDonough. That's another one, Dave. I'm interested. I think you just should have won Valancourt. I think you panicked.
I mean, I couldn't
Right?
have three.
You could.
I could have, but I think it.
Get the Waterboy vote.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex McDonough. She's Jessica Biel in 2000. What did that come out? 5 or whatever. Was like the hottest girl on earth.
Yeah. I do agree.
This makes me happy that I drafted Virginia Bennett in the 3rd round now.
All right, I'm up. I need a side character. I couldn't decide before. Dave took one of mine. I'm kind of regretting not taking Farmer Fran. But at the end of the day, this is kind of similar to Carl's pick in that he's not in the movie very long, but when he's there, he leaves a fucking lasting impression. Got to go with the bus driver from Billy
Yeah.
Madison.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Chris Farley.
Who would eat 30-sack lunch?
Yeah,
It's him. And,
no yelling on the bus.
Billy's
Good,
friends.
great, grand, wonderful.
The scene where
The
Spanish
bus.
Armada.
this guy drives like a fucking animal, and then they pan to Chris Farley, and he's just got sweat pouring out of his pores.
Yeah.
He was gritting his teeth. I'll turn this goddamn bus around.
Yeah.
He's just so angry.
Goddamn bus around. He goes down by
Precious field trip.
It's great. What do you need, PFT?
I actually looked him
do I
up,
have
and
to
he's just
tell you?
listed as uncredited
I think you
bus
just
driver.
you're the last
villain,
pick.
right? Oh, because I
Okay.
have something to add to him that plays into it, so I'm not going to say it, but I'll say it
You
after.
can. Okay, we're rolling. I mean,
I think so. Well, his it was on my list too as a prop. It was the banana peel, which
Yeah.
his banana
The
peel
O'Doyle
leads into the death
family.
of the O'Doyles.
Okay. All right. Well, my villain is the O'Doyle family.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
what a
So-
great transition.
Yeah, that was perfect. So the O'Doyle family, just like the perfect family of bullies, O'Doyle rules. Remember, kids, O'Doyle rules.
They're chanting it
Like,
to
what-
themselves all as
What
they're
a,
driving
what a
off
hilarious
a cliff.
collective of it. Yeah, I wonder if any of those characters were related in real life, because they all looked like they could be from the same, just like big Irish, bloviating family. Grew up in like, I don't know, southern New Hampshire, just like really pissed off all the time. Had a big chip on their shoulder. I love the O'Doyle family as villains. There was absolutely zero depth to them whatsoever, but that's what made it so great. It's like, okay, this family just sucks.
Yeah. I got a feeling your whole family's going down.
The best part is when they're driving off the cliff, they're still chanting O'Doyle rules. Like they're about to fall over a cliff to their death, and they're still just hell-bent on like pounding O'Doyle rules into the heads of everybody.
And I think everybody knows that one family that's kind of cultish. So they kind of
Yeah,
play
everybody's
into
got
that.
one.
It's a great that he has to encounter a new one at like each grade is such
Yeah.
a fucking
Yeah.
awesome concept.
Yeah. Every town, I think, had an O'Doyle family, and we didn't realize it until after that movie came out. And they're like, that's what they are, like a family that's got 7 boys, just kick everyone's ass. I bet the Gronkowski family is as close
Yes,
to
yes.
the O'Doyles in real
Yes.
life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Teachers are just fucking furious when they see another one coming up. All right, so I'll recap it. We'll do some honorable mentions. We'll get out of here. Carl, he had Billy, Nazo the delivery guy, Virginia Bennett, Glacier Water, Hal L. Chief had Chubs Prosthetic Hand, Glen Gulia, Sonny Colfax, Mr. Larson, Donna Newman. White Sox Dave had Happy. He had the Green Playbook. He had Eric. He had Farmer Fran. And he had Alex McDonough. Eddie had Shooter McGavin, Veronica Vaughn, Hockey Stick Putter, Robbie Hart, and the bus driver. PFT had Bobby Boucher, the butler, Julia Sullivan, Scuba Steve, and the O'Doyle family. What a draft, boys.
Great draft.
Yeah.
I'm
was
sweating
just
because I was
I feel like I
laughing.
have my weekend planned now.
Right.
Like tomorrow
Yeah.
morning, I'm just going to on-demand all
Yeah.
these movies.
Let's do, I think, is there any, let's go honorable mentions. Let's throw it out in order. Is there any other Sandler characters that were draftable? Because I think we had the 5. And
Howard Ratner.
Yeah, Howard Ratner.
Okay.
Does
Uncut
that-
Gems.
That's so different, though. You don't
No,
think because
I don't think.
I mean,
You think he could have been
did he get a
drafted?
nom for Oscars,
No, he
or he
didn't.
got snubbed from the nomination? So,
Yeah.
like, it was such
Nikki could have been
a
could have had a vote.
I thought that movie was hilarious. I saw that like 3
No
times
one
in
picked.
theaters.
No one picked Deeds either. Deeds
Oh,
got
yeah.
left
Deeds.
out. I'll bring the
Longfellow.
beers.
51st Dates.
I'll
That
bring the
movie I
beers.
thought stunk. So I didn't have
50
any.
States is a good
I've never seen
mid-Carter.
that
It's a good mid-Carter.
It's
But yeah, I think we hit all the love interest. Obviously, we got Vicky Valancourt, Layla Maloney.
Yeah.
Yep.
Babe Bennett. She's from Deeds.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Lucy Whitmore, but she had the accident. She was from 51st Dates, so
Okay.
be hard. Villain, the coach from Waterboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Red Bilu. I forgot I don't know how to say his last name. It's something super French.
Chuck Cedar from Deeds.
Yeah.
The rich stock guy who's trying to break up the
I
company.
had the You Jackass guy from Happy Gilmore as a villain. That was like
Jackass.
last on my
Jackass.
yeah.
My second villain was if you guys said, hey, it needed to be a main protagonist, like Hal doesn't count because he's not in the movie long enough. My backup was gonna be the state of New York.
For Big Daddy.
Yeah, because there's really no the conflict with New York is like the state's just gonna take Frankenstein.
Yeah,
away.
that's why I had
Yeah.
the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had the
That was
system.
in my yeah.
Yeah, the system.
Yeah.
Fuck the system.
That's one of the saddest parts when he doesn't get the kid.
Yeah.
One of the saddest movies ever.
The homeless guy
What
in Big
about,
Daddy too.
Yeah.
Hold on. What were you say, PFT?
No, I was gonna say, like, in Uncut Gems, you have some really good villains. You've got Arno, the dad, Arno Bogdovian or whatever. That dude's a great actor.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a different type of villain because it's, you know, obviously like a more serious movie. You could either go with him or you could actually make an argument that the Philadelphia 76ers are the bad guy in Uncut Gems too. Because that was like the most stressful scene ever.
Last I had Adrian and Cassius. I think they deserve a nod too from Little Nicky. They were.
Yeah.
What about what about Al Qaeda and Reign Over Me? Tough to get worse than Al Qaeda.
That is true.
I've never seen that. I heard that's
haven't
good
seen it
though.
I
either.
want to hear your case against him right now.
Against what?
Al Qaeda.
Yes, Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Well, what's your case against them?
No, I'm just. Oh, what's my case against them?
Yeah.
I can print you out a big report that the government did on them. I'll let you take a look at that one.
Okay.
I actually, confession, I never saw Reign Over Me, but it looked like one of those movies that was just like, okay, I'm gonna just cry when I watch this. So I decided not to watch it.
Sad one.
The alligator in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
was on
the
my
alligator.
List too.
Oh yeah, that's
that was
a good
on my
one.
list.
Let's do prop, and then we'll run through a fucking monster gamut of side characters.
The only other one that didn't get drafted I had was the Emerald from Uncut Gems, but that was last on my list.
prop.
Yeah.
I had Rosie's Meatballs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that could have
Yeah.
been. I really wanted that, but Hockey Stick was too good to pass up. I had the Flask and Bobby's Lawnmower. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
the
think-
car lawnmower.
Did we all just agree not to take the click remote because Eddie told you like here's an example, the click remote?
There,
I think so. Right?
You don't want to go over side characters?
No, I do want to, but I just want to do it last because there's so many.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Like it's better just to do it all in order. We could do side characters, but you're right. I think everyone stayed away from click remote because that was my example. Side characters.
I didn't really like that movie.
The other two I was between. I'll say that first was the revolting blob, the principal.
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah.
P.S.
I
I'm
hate
horny.
that scene when he's in his wet bathing suit. I just hate that scene.
He's sitting there on the sprinkler, and then I really was close to taking Sammy,
Yeah,
Robbie's friend.
Yeah, Alan Covert.
Yeah, who hits the cones? They were cones.
Oh yeah.
Like I was
Yeah,
very.
He's
close.
a great character.
Oh,
I
he's the
love
best.
him, dude.
He's got
I
the
had-
Michael Jackson jacket on.
Just
and-
want
yeah.
someone to hold me and tell
Yeah.
me that everything's gonna be all
He's
right.
that's your fucking like that's your boy. You know
Yeah.
that you like confess everything to. I love.
Yeah,
I
he's
fucking
great.
love Sammy. I had Caretaker. There was a bunch of great side characters in The Longest Yard, but Caretaker was great. They blew him up. Those fucking cocksuckers.
Cheeseburger
He is
Eddie.
he has a lot of those guys.
Cheeseburger
That,
Eddie.
It's a good one.
yeah.
I mean, he's the honorable mention for a reason, but he's a good character. He's funny.
Ernie.
Yeah, Ernie's great. I actually a sneaky underrated one is the caddy in Happy Gilmore that he shoves to the ground thinking he's gonna steal his
Yeah.
gloves.
What about Frankenstein? I almost
Did
drafted
Mr.
Frankenstein.
Bob Barker.
Yeah, Bob
Oh,
Barker.
Bob
okay.
Barker.
Yeah,
You know,
I had him on the list for villain.
Okay, I guess. I thought he
Bob
was more of
Barker.
a side character.
I
but-
I love, and this is another one. He's only in the movie for about 15 seconds, but the best man, the better man speech from Buscemi at
yeah.
the Wedding Singer is unbelievable. Best man, the better man. Then he brings up the hooker in Mexico or whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought of
They're
the
all
best
horrified.
fucking prop.
What is it?
It's the best prop. It's a first round prop.
Oh no.
The live nude sign from Big Daddy. When he wheels that thing in,
That
would've
is a
been a
good
good
one.
I don't know. That was like that was like the number one part, like the trailer. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
not a first round
a
prop,
great
but I
one.
That's
love
good. It's
the
a good
live
one.
nude sign.
It's a very good one. Mr. Hurley. He drinks a lot of soda.
Yeah.
The
What about,
homeless
what
guy.
about
Jets.
Sean Astin from The Waterboy, or not The Waterboy, from 51st Dates.
He's
Oh,
good in
51st
that.
Date. He's in
good
Click,
that.
too, I
yeah,
think.
he's
Yeah.
good in
He
51st
plays
Dates.
the steroid guy, the steroid brother of Drew Barrymore, but he's got that lisp and he wears the mesh shirts all the time. It was just so great that guy was also Rudy.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is.
think
Any
if
other
there's
ones?
any
The
other-
homeless guy, like we said,
Yeah,
was awesome.
I said
Steve
that.
Buscemi.
There's a ton. Got to give
Steve-
George a shout out.
Who?
George, the he's in the band. He's at the wedding tasting.
Oh, Boy George.
Yeah, yeah,
Boy
yeah.
George, yeah.
Boy George.
He's
yeah.
Alexis Arquette.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Plays George.
But it's supposed to be like a
Yeah,
version
yeah.
of Boy George. Yeah.
So many funny side
Yeah.
characters. You could just keep going for hours. Maybe we'll do that someday. All right, that's it. Anybody else? Everyone else?
I think that's it. I think we nailed everybody.
Hey, good week of commissioning, Ed. We've given you a lot of grief lately. I thought this was a pretty clean week.
Quit kissing ass. I thought it was an awful week. I showed up late.
There were hiccups. I
Oh,
apologize.
hey, listen, no,
Should've
weather
even had
aside.
Shooter McGavin or Veronica Vaughn. That should have gone to four other
Weather
people.
aside, once the draft got started, I thought you did okay.
I appreciate it. It was a tough day. It was a shaky. I was talking about how I wanted to get John Wilkes Booth, so it's that was just a joke.
Doesn't
just a
make
joke, people.
us-
PFT, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you, PFT.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. So wait, what am I not allowed to do in terms of the vote? I can't say which one was mine.
Yeah.
I wanna
You
know the
just
rules.
retweet the poll and say follow all these handsome guys out of Chicago. You're allowed to do that, but that's
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, you just can't be like, hey, I'm number 5. Vote for 5.
Okay, fair.
All right, everybody. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.